John and Teresa are two of the best friends that Washington County has ever had. John and Teresa honestly care for the people in the county.
They're essential members of our community. Their generosity to cultural institutions, philanthropic efforts throughout the community has made it just a wonderful impact.
They are certainly anchors of this community. They've done so much for the Art Museum over the years that I've been here, and I'm sure before my arrival. One of my first encounters with John was when he offered to install the lighting here in this atrium as we were building it as a gift to the Art Museum, which is a major, major gift. Teresa then later came on as a member of our board of advisors and got very, very involved with helping us with event planning and engaging the broad and diverse community that loves the Art Museum.
They are just so incredibly giving and caring. I don't think either one of them would drive by someone in need and not stop. And obviously that is specific to electrical work. They're forever telling stories about how they've given and donated electrical work to local nonprofits, our citizens in need, and even larger projects such as the theater to keep us going and keep us electrically charged, I'll say. But their impact on the community also comes from just their involvement and their time and their gifts.
While I was a county commissioner, and then of course when he became a county commissioner, and then we are also business partners in Hager 5 here in town, but they have been fabulous for this community.
You know, as I got older, I realized that all the different organizations he was involved with and the time he gave up to attend meetings and events and functions really made me start thinking of, you know, that giving back to community. And, you know, I learned a lot from that and understood why it's important to be part of your community.
John and Teresa were very involved in our local church, Hagerstown Bible Church. Teresa was our organist for, over 20 years. John went on mission trips. He rewired a house for a missionary in Scotland that was terrible. He and his father-in-law helped rebuild a mission in the center of Edinburgh. He rewired places for missionaries down in Mission, Texas. John has lived out. Now, that's some of the big things that are known. Many of the things that are not known are how he has personally gone to the house of an elderly person and rewired their house and done things just to help them. Nobody knows about that stuff.
When you consider a facility that's over 105 years old, you can imagine the kind of spider web that is our electrical systems, quite literally. And John himself came in and drew it out and developed a plan when we started the design process for our expansion. And when you came in to the construction project in the midst of everything, to me, it was quite evident who was working for Ellsworth. They were the crews that would stand up and open the door for me and say, "Hi, Mrs. Green." They were the crews that were there at 8 o'clock at night during our first weeks of grand opening when things were not 100% quite yet. They were the ones that gave their cell phone numbers out. We've joked over the years, staff and the Maryland Theater board members, and said that our breaker boxes should be painted Ellsworth brown because they literally are a part of the Maryland Theater family.
At the 85th anniversary of the Art Museum, I had the idea of doing 1,000 cranes, and the story of the 1,000 cranes is that if you make 1,000 cranes, you get a wish. And so the wish was, of course, for another 85 years of the Art Museum prospering. But when I told John about that and how I wanted to hang them here in the atrium so that there would be a community art project that welcomed visitors and it would enliven this space and make it feel more beautiful, he helped us by building the apparatus that holds the cranes to the ceiling of the atrium, and then he donated the time of his people at Ellsworth Electric to hang them and to install that for us.
Their presence at our concerts mean everything. Their enthusiasm for the music that we make means everything. The support that they give of their time, and we're talking about hours and hours and hours of time, again, makes a huge difference in how we are able to operate.
The other thing that John was very instrumental in here as a county commissioner was bringing Allegiant Airlines here to the airport. That has been so valuable to the citizens, not just in Hagerstown, but also the tri-state area.
Seeing my parents be involved with multiple different organizations has helped me realize what it truly means to give back to your community. Between my mom with the museum, the Maryland Symphony, Maryland Theater, my dad with Salvation Army, and the list goes on and on. I truly admire what they've done, and it makes me be a better person and know that that's very important to be a good community steward.
I know that I speak for all of the orchestra members that Teresa makes the best chocolate chip cookies in the world, because they are the first thing to go at our dinners at the dress rehearsals. They bring baggies with them to dress rehearsal so that they can scarf down, they fill their baggie to go home with her cookies, so that by the weekend, we usually have leftovers over the weekend, not her cookies. They're gone by Friday night, you know, they're just awesome.
They are great, have become great friends of mine. I love beating Teresa on the tennis court. And my husband and I have really enjoyed attending dances and other events with John and Teresa.
Well, John has a different way of hunting, and that is using his motorcycle. So one day several years ago, John decided he wanted to get a deer, so he went out and he got one, but he didn't get it with a gun, he got it with his motorcycle. So we have given this to him as a remembrance of how many deer he's gotten with his motorcycle.
If I was to sit here and pick my parents apart individually, which I think they would expect from me, but I will say, you know, I was bad. And to this day, the reason I feel I'm so tight with my mom is the respect I have for her. First off, she didn't kill me, and she probably could have or should have. But, you know, it took me a while through my high school years to realize that, you know, there was tough love, but I have some really awesome parents. But I think it's made me a better person today. I think that's why I would say my mom and I have a special bond. Just because, you know, once I realized I was out of line and disrespectful, I made sure that I apologized every day of my life. You know, my dad was pretty hardcore and didn't put up with much nonsense. But once I started getting into the business and all the things he helped me learn, you know, I'll never forget when I got my master's license. He never seemed so excited before, and that meant a lot to me. So, you know, just the things that they've instilled in me has gone a long way.
Well, I think the county has benefited from having their family be part of this community. Their business has employed, I'll say, around 100 individuals, which they all give back to. And there are so many little things that John and Teresa have done behind the scenes that we'll never know about. But they did it because they wanted to, and I just want to thank them for all the things that they have done and supported this community, and also here at the college, because they have been great supporters of HCC.
I think I would say that I find them to be very, very inspiring people, because they love the community, they're deeply rooted in it, but they have a very broad worldview, and they understand things that will help a community be healthy and happy and positive and productive. And because of that, they help inspire other people in their work and help us all reach our goals together.
3 words to describe John and Teresa would be great leaders, extremely generous, and very kind.
They are humble, good people that it's been my privilege to know and be friends with.
Well, from my heart, I say to both John and Teresa, thank you. I know that I am here to represent the Maryland Symphony, and as far as I'm concerned, you are essential members of our family, and you have made such a difference in all of our lives. You have made it easier to do what we do, to make the music we make, and indeed, your love and support of this community and our institution really makes it all happen.
I feel very proud to continue on the family legacy that has been put out in front of me. Very fortunate, and to call John and Teresa mom and dad, and I'm very proud of that. And I just want to say thanks, Mom and Dad, for all you've done for me, and I love you guys very much.